This is the story of the little drummer boy from France. In a small village in France, there lived a poor orphan boy. He had no friends and no possessions, except for one thing, a small wooden drum that had belonged to his father. One cold December day, the boy heard exciting news spreading through the village. A king had been born, not just any king, but the King of Kings. Born in a humble stable in Bethlehem, people were traveling from far and wide to bring him gifts and honor. He set out on the long journey to Bethlehem, his drum slung across his thin shoulders, wondering what it would be like to see such a miraculous child. When the boy finally reached Bethlehem, he followed the crowds to a simple stable on the edge of town. People streamed in and out, their faces full of wonder. The boy slipped inside and found a place in the shadows where he could watch without being noticed. There, in a manger filled with hay, lay the most beautiful baby he'd ever seen. The infant's mother, Mary, sat beside him, and a man, Joseph, stood nearby, welcoming visitors.
The boy watched in awe as people approached the manger with their gifts. A wealthy merchant bought a purse full of gold coins. Shepherds brought perfect lambs from their flock. Wise men from the east presented precious frankincense and myrrh, and a village woman brought her fine linen cloth she had woven herself. The boy's heart sank lower with each gift he witnessed. These were gifts worthy of a king. What did he have? Only a worn drum and the clothes on his back. He was too ashamed to approach. The boy turned to leave ashamed, but as he reached the stable door, he felt a gentle hand on his shoulder. He looked up to find Mary standing beside him. "Why are you leaving, little one?" she asked, her voice kind. I wanted to honor the king," the boy stammered, "but I have nothing to give him. I'm just a boy with nothing but this old drum." Mary smiled warmly. "Every gift given with love is precious. Won't you stay?" The boy hesitated, then looked back at the manger where the baby lay. I could play my drum for him," the boy said uncertainly. "It's all I know how to do." "I think you would love that," Mary said gently, leading him towards the manger.
The boy knelt down, his hands trembling as he positioned his drum. He had played for crowds in the marketplace 1,000 times, but never had he felt so nervous. This was the King of Kings, and all he had to offer was a simple song. He took a deep breath and began to play. Softly at first, tapping out a gentle rhythm. Then, as his confidence grew, he played more boldly. He played the best he had ever played, pouring all his love, all his longing, and all his joy into the music. The stable fell silent except for the sound of the drum. The boy played on, lost in his music, forgetting his surroundings, thinking only of giving his very best to honor this newborn king. When the song finally ended, the boy looked up shyly. He had given everything he had, but he still worried it wasn't enough. Then he saw something that made his heart nearly stop. Baby Jesus was looking directly at him, and on that tiny, perfect face was the most beautiful smile. The boy had seen Mary smile at the gold and the frankincense and the fine gifts, but this was the only time the baby had smiled.
Mary placed her hand gently on the boy's head. "You see," she whispered, "your gift was precious because it came from your heart. You gave him the only thing you had, and you gave it with love. That is the greatest gift of all." The boy left the stable that night forever changed. He was still poor, still an orphan, but he had learned something that would stay with him all his life. The value of a gift is not measured by its cost, but by the love with which it is given. And so the little drummer boy teaches us that we all have something to offer. Our talents, our time, our love, our very best effort. When we give these gifts to God, no matter how simple they seem to us, He receives them with joy. For God looks not at the size of our offering, but at the size of the heart that gives it.
Make sure you come to one of our live concerts. It's so much fun. All our tour dates are listed on our website at theroyalkellys.com. That's where you can see if we're performing in your area. Also, We keep developing original artwork for our band merchandise like t-shirts. So make sure to check out what's new at our online store. All details are in the description as well. We had so much fun entertaining you today. Thank you for watching.